Can you hear me now? We're calling from Nairobi. Oh, you cannot hear me. What about now?
Hey, so I think, no. What I'm going to advise is that you probably reload. If you can hear me, just refresh your your platform and more people are beginning to understand the platform and interested to have them.
Now can you hear?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Interesting. Good afternoon. How do you do?
Doing fine, doing great. We're here in Nairobi.
Nairobi, Kenya.
Nairobi, Kenya. Yes.
All right. That's it. You know, I get a lot of compliments sometimes from people who think I'm Kenyan. Do I really look Kenyan?
Oh, yeah. I thought you were Kenyan already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The same. All right, Doctor. How is Kenya today?
Kenya today is beautiful, sunny, but it looks like it's gonna rain in the evening, at night. Yeah, but it's beautiful.
Okay, so what time is it over there?
Oh, now I have to check the time. It's 3:52, almost 4 p.m. 8 minutes to 4 p.m.
Okay, so you're way ahead of us in say 2 hours ahead of us.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, I'm sure you're wondering when I say us, you're wondering where I'm talking from.
You're talking from Lagos, you said?
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that means you've got that. So I'm talking from Lagos, Nigeria. And interesting to have you join us while we still wait for more of our participants to join us in this room. Let's have a bit of chat with you before you kick off your presentation. You know, we're talking healthcare today, and I know that you're about to tell us about your product, Ubrica.
Yes.
Is that the pronunciation?
Yeah, Ubrica. Ubrica is the pronunciation.
Right. All right, interesting. And I'm sure that apart from coming here to tell us what the product does, I would like to know what's it been like over there fighting the pandemic.
Wow. Well, first of all, it struck the economy really bad. A lot of businesses were closed and schools were closed and even universities were closed. Everybody went home. So that has a major effect on the economy, even the general market where people buy and sell things in the market outside. They had to be closed. So it was very much negative. And then in the hospital, in the health sector, very serious effect. People became afraid of going to hospital because they might get quarantined and get locked in there. So the hospital, turnover was not as high as usual. People are preferring to stay at home and maybe get sick from whatever disease they have, and they treat themselves at home. So that's an effect in healthcare. It's still going on. Our government has reduced the lockdown. I think the curfew has been called off almost called off, because there's a curfew only from 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. right now in Nairobi. Yeah.
All right, listen, I think we have us in Nigeria from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. also, so it's more like the curfew is almost over. Okay, I think we have more people join us now. If you can see us, if you can hear us, we're sure that we are on the same page. Yes. Before we allow Doctor finally take the stage. Tony, you want to say something to him before we allow him to have his presentation?
No, not really. You've been doing an amazing job. I'm just here enjoying the drive. So you can go ahead with your presentation.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, we'll start with the presentation now. Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Macharia Waringe. We're speaking from Kenya, and I'm a CEO and president of an organization known as UBRICA. UBRICA is an acronym for Ustawi Biomedical Research, Innovation, and Industrial Centers of Africa. We got into blockchain space all the way back in 2018, but basically the main job for Ubrica is to create wealth, wellness, and well-being in Africa. I'm a medical doctor, and I see we are doing very badly in terms of health. Health outcomes are the worst in the world. I was reading another paper from the WHO saying that Africa carries 93% burden of disease. This means that, well, it's a burden of disease, and they kill many people, but that gives us great opportunity to work. And blockchain just gives us a great opportunity to intervene in healthcare in general. And we look in healthcare from a theoretical standpoint. Three things we look at is access to health, quality of health, and cost of health. Now, access, if we improve access to health, it means that people have access to care, and it means that they can get better. If we improve the quality, first of all, quality, we are doing very badly. We are doing very badly in quality of care. And you say we have to learn how to improve quality of care, and then at the same time reduce the cost of care. Now, access, there are two problems of access. Number one, access is realized access. People do not have access to care when they don't have money. Money is very, very important. And people don't have access when they don't have a hospital to go to. So access has got two prongs: having no money or lack of money, or the lack of physical, physical clinics to go and get treated. And the cost, let's say the quality of care, depends on knowledge. How much do we know about knowledge or treating diseases among our patients? How much do we know? Not only just knowing about diseases themselves, or we need to know how to prevent diseases from occurring. And that comes from the knowledge that comes from our education institutions. That means the universities, research organizations, and the like. And then cost is a question of manufacturing. Can we manufacture our own medical products? We know that there's a lot of medical products. Maybe in a natural rainforest, there's a lot of huge pharmacopoeia in Africa, but we don't manufacture and make that medicine available to the people, or even medical devices and things like that. So let's go back to access. When you look at access, we say that access, I realize access can occur if people have money to, to pay for their medical care. If they don't have money, it doesn't matter. So it means that if the pocket is empty, then diseases will attack. This means that the first line of treatment of diseases is to cure the pocket. Cure the pocket, or let's say treat the pocket, cure diseases. Treat the pocket, cure diseases. And we found that why is it that many Africans in African villages do not have money to go to the hospital? And we discovered that many people do not have access to the market. They cannot sell what they produce. Why? Because either a lot of things are imported, like here in Kenya, almost 90% of the things we consume are imported from other countries. They come either from China, from India, wherever. And the locally produced things cannot find market. So, and of course, when people produce things or products and they cannot sell them, they are not going to have money. So we say the solution to that, first of all, is to use information superhighway. We create an electronic system, which is you call an e-commerce site, called Sokojanja, to help local people sell what they produce. And when those local people sell what they produce, then they can have money and go to hospitals. We calculated and found that if every family in Kenya, when they sell something, the system deducted 300 shillings. That means $3 per member per month, or per family per month. That will be enough money to pay for their health access. So health access, universal health access, can be provided by helping people sell what they produce. So, and you say we made a online marketplace known as Sokojanja, and now that is working. And of course, the Sokojanja, when it comes to blockchain, we created a cryptocurrency called Ubricoin to facilitate transactions or transfer of value through Sokojanja.com. And so we hope that Sokojanja becomes very, very active in helping people, even in the villages, sell their things. They can sell their eggs, they can sell their chicken to one another, bringing village level commerce to the cyberspace. That is the thing of sokojanja.com. It's an electronic market for selling things from the village. The next thing about access is physical access. Like if they in Africa, you know, I know the situation in Nigeria because I visited Nigeria. I used to work with for a project there. Is that physical access to health is very difficult for mothers with small babies. They have to set a day to go to the clinic and take their children to hospital, to the clinic for maybe vaccinations and things like that. And the day of the clinic is separate from the days of the market. We did a study in Nigeria, and the mothers told us, why don't you bring the clinic to the market so that I don't have to leave my marketplace for so long, for a whole day, to go to the clinic. And we thought that now to design the health system of the future, the clinics should be designed at the same place where the marketplace is. So we have set aside some money for building clinics near the marketplace, and we call them UBRICA retail clinical centers. Retail clinical center means that there's going to be retail work. Women can bring their products there near the clinic. There's a small yard, which is the marketplace, and they can sell their products. But you see, just products coming from the farm are not just good enough. They might not find market. We are working with universities right now, universities to help improve the quality of those products. And that is, I think, it ties with the second thing called quality. A quality of care itself depends on the knowledge. The knowledge is trained in the universities. And what we are finding here in Africa, maybe in Kenya, is that the knowledge in university is locked in. It doesn't move out to the communities to help people improve quality of the produce or products that they bring to the market. So we set aside, when we made a cryptocurrency, Ubricoin, we set aside quite a bit of Ubricoin to finance knowledge transfer from the universities to the village. That means that knowledge itself requires money. Knowledge transfer requires money, because we did quite a bit of research here in Kenya to find out why is the knowledge in the universities, why does the knowledge in the university fail to leave the university campus walls. It stays there, and the universities have become ivory towers where people go and get their degrees, they get their PhDs, but then they write their dissertations and their master's thesis, and they leave the thesis and dissertations right in the university. And so that knowledge does not come out. So we found out the reason why knowledge doesn't come out is because there is no money to take that knowledge out. And now cryptocurrency or money on the blockchain is very, very powerful in enabling knowledge to flow out of the university, flow out and flow into the communities, into the villages. For example, if you have a community that grows bananas, we have agricultural universities here that do a lot of studies on bananas, even value addition to bananas, but that knowledge remains there when students graduate. Now, if we give those graduating students, we ask them to compete for money, and they compete for cash from the blockchain, they can, that knowledge is transported back to the village, where it is used in a produce value addition center to increase value of the bananas in the village, such that they can make banana puree, they can make other products of banana, even dried bananas, and then the bananas can be shipped out. And of course, when the bananas are now added value in the village, the the people working in the community, they can take their pictures and put them on sokojaja.com, and then the bananas get a second life on the internet, where now they are sold into the global marketplace. And that's what we mean by bringing village level commerce into the cyberspace. And of course, when you do these things, not only do we make money available, we make money becomes available in the pockets of people, and people can now pay for their health care. And then ultimately, it's the manufacturing of local, um, manufacturing of local products to reduce the cost of medicine in Africa. We know that health in Africa is very, very, very expensive. Why is health in Africa very expensive? We've seen reports showing that it costs more to get a hip replacement, for example, in Nairobi than in Boston. Yet Boston has got a very high knowledge. And of course, why these things are very expensive. A lot of Africans, I had in a presentation earlier, a lot of Africans, those who have money, prefer to go and receive medical care, either in the United States or in United Kingdom or in India or somewhere else, but not in Africa. Why are people leaving the continent to go and seek medical care? Number one, it's very, very expensive to receive medical care in, say, Nairobi or even Abuja. It costs more to receive medical care in Nairobi, maybe maybe 10 times as much as to receive medical care in India. Mhm. And this is because Indians have managed to manufacture their own medical devices. They have manufactured, they have managed to manufacture their own pharmaceuticals, and then everything becomes very cheap to afford. And in Africa, we import everything in medicine, everything. Almost, let's say here in Kenya, 100% of the products that we use in the hospitals are imported, including medical water. You know, you all gentlemen and ladies, that medical water is free. It comes from the rain in heaven, poured in the world by God. But when it arrives in Africa, we cannot use it. We cannot put it in bags for intravenous used in hospitals. Why is that happening? And we have people who are trained in our universities who know how to convert that water, the rainwater, into clinical water. And so we say that the reason why that is happening is because nobody is investing in it. So we have created a cryptocurrency called Ubricoin for that purpose, for biomedical manufacturing. And you're going to invest that cryptocurrency for ideas. So we shall be calling for ideas, people with great ideas. And then you can put money on their project, and then we jumpstart medical manufacturing here in Kenya, or maybe even in Africa itself. So we have opportunity. I can say that in Africa we have a very big opportunity, and that is how blockchain is very helpful. Because the first thing, we can create currency, which we have managed to create the currency itself, and we have Ubricoin, which is now traded in the international platforms. That means that we can raise money from the entire world to promote a biomedical manufacturing in Africa, to promote access to health, and to promote a village level commerce with produce value added products from the villages by moving the knowledge that is located in universities. Right now, I know
Dr.
that.
Macharia,
Yeah.
if you can hear me, sorry to cut into your presentation, but we have to wrap up now because we have so many questions for you in the panel session.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So that's the thing. Ubricoin project is about creating possibility for wealth, wellness, and well-being for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and I'm very happy that you were able to talk in line with the practical challenges we're currently facing in Africa. And I think it's interesting to say that you understand some of the things currently happening in this part because you are in Kenya. You also found your way into Nigeria, and which we know that sort of have, when you want to call Africa, you call Nigeria. South Africa, Kenya, and some other countries. And most times we use these countries to weigh what's currently happening in Africa. And you did outline three things that are pertinent with healthcare development in Africa, and that is access, quality, as well as the cost. I would love to ask you some questions, but I think I'm just going to end those questions till we get to the panel session so that we can touch them and have other panelists give their own answers to some of these questions also, because if we look at how Africa has handled the pandemic generally, you would know that these three factors which you already listed, I'm talking about access, quality, and cost, have played very, very pertinent role in, weighing or scoring us in line with how we tackle the pandemic. And it's still something that we have to work on if we want to sustain African development moving forward. But many thanks to you, Doctor, for giving us that very interesting key points to hold on to.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
All right, then we're going to see you very shortly in the panel session. And then we'll ask you some more questions and be able to talk on these things and prefer solutions